Daniel lived on a quiet street near the edge of the city. It was not famous, not busy, and not especially beautiful. Still, Daniel liked it. Every morning, he walked past the same small bakery, the same old trees, and the same closed bookstore on the corner. Daniel worked from home as a data assistant. His days were predictable. He woke up, made coffee, checked emails, and stared at his screen for hours. He spoke to people online, but rarely in real life. Sometimes he wondered how his life became so silent. One Monday morning, something felt different. As Daniel walked down the street, he noticed the bookstore was open. This surprised him. The bookstore had been closed for years. The windows were dusty, and the sign above the door was old and faded. Yet now, the door was open, and warm light came from inside. Daniel stopped. He told himself he was only curious, nothing more. Slowly, he stepped inside. The air smelled of paper and wood. Shelves filled with books covered the walls. Some books were new, others very old. Behind the counter stood an elderly woman with silver hair and calm eyes. "Good morning," she said gently. "Good morning," Daniel replied. His voice sounded strange to his own ears. He was not used to speaking to strangers. "You're the first customer today," the woman said with a small smile. Daniel nodded and began to look around. He did not know what he was searching for. He ran his fingers along the spines of books, reading titles quietly. One book caught his attention. It was thin, with a simple brown cover. The title was Small Changes. Daniel picked it up. "This one is special," the woman said. "People often choose it without knowing why." Daniel looked at her. "What is it about?"
"Life," she answered.
But not the loud parts. Daniel bought the book without thinking too much. That evening, after work, he opened it. The language was simple. The stories were short. Each story described a small moment, a conversation, a walk, a decision that seemed unimportant. Yet Daniel felt something move inside him. The next day, Daniel returned to the bookstore. "I finished the book," he said. The woman smiled. Then it did its job. Daniel started visiting the bookstore every day. Sometimes he bought books. Sometimes he just talked. The woman's name was Margaret. She listened more than she spoke, but when she did speak, her words stayed with him. One afternoon, Daniel noticed a bulletin board near the door. It was covered with notes. "Community reading night," one note said. "Volunteers needed," said another. "Story sharing Friday evening." Daniel hesitated. "I don't read out loud," he said to Margaret. "You don't have to," she replied. "You only have to listen." That Friday, Daniel came back after sunset. About 10 people sat in a circle. Some were young, some old, some confident, some nervous. One by one, people shared short stories. Some were funny, some were sad. All were honest. Daniel listened carefully. Then Margaret looked at him. "Would you like to share something?" she asked. Daniel's heart beat faster. His hands felt cold. "I don't have a story," he said. Margaret nodded. "Then share a moment." Daniel thought for a second. "I used to think nothing changed in my life," he began. "But I was wrong. I just wasn't paying attention." The room was quiet. "When I saw this bookstore open," he continued, "I almost walked past it. That decision was small, but it changed my days." No one interrupted him. No one judged him. After that night, Daniel felt lighter. Weeks passed. Daniel's routine slowly changed. He walked different streets. He spoke more. He smiled more. One morning, as he passed the bakery, the owner greeted him by name. Daniel realized something important. The street was always alive. He just wasn't looking before. Sometimes, change does not arrive loudly. Sometimes, it opens a quiet door and waits.